to a very special episode of the Beard Owl podcast. It's not very special in the way that Saved by the Bell was or anything like that. It's very it's very special in that, first of all, my brother John isn't here, but I have a guest instead, which is extremely exciting to me. And you know what? Because I'm really bad at introductions, I'm just going to let him introduce himself and tell you what he's all about, and take it away.
How you guys doing? I'm Tim. I am the host of both the Marital Tips podcast and the Hometown Crowd podcast. You can find both of them on the 910 Comedy Podcast Network. I am a resident of North Carolina, and I'm excited to be here. A diehard Weird Al fan.
I'm excited to have you. I love diehard Weird Al fans.
There's very few things that are better.
Right. I think it's the best kind of person. And so I was really happy to have, made the connection with you, to have you on the show today. I'm going to start doing some of these little outside of our main podcast feed sort of episodes where I've got guests on talking about sort of tangential Weird Al stuff. And so this is very, very cool. And I'm really excited because today we each have a beer, which we'll talk about in a second. But today we're talking about Weird Al in the epic rap battle of history, where he was
rap battles of history.
Where he was Sir Isaac Newton against Bill Nye the Science Guy with a
cameo by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh!
Played by rapper Charlie Tuna.
Charlie Tuna. Yeah, I had to
Charlie
look him up.
Tuna is a member of the group Jurassic 5. Not to be confused with Maroon 5, Jurassic 5.
Or Jurassic Park.
Yeah, neither one of those. Yeah, he's a rapper with that group, and he appears as Neil deGrasse Tyson in this one.
And seriously, in watching it, again, multiple times in preparation for doing this, I love Weird Al. Okay, that's why we're here. That's why we were put on this earth. But I was really impressed by the whole Neil deGrasse Tyson bit. I thought he nailed that energy.
Yes. And he gave us the token line, astrophysics black guy.
Right, astrophysics black guy. It's like, okay. That really pulled me in. I was upset that he backed Bill Nye in the battle.
I mean, they're kind of the modern forefront scientists in the world today.
I guess.
They are best friends. Actually, fun fact, my father-in-law knows both of them.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to my father-in-law who runs a planetarium. But yeah, they're really good friends. They've also both appeared in an episode of Stargate Atlantis together.
Oh my gosh. See, look at this. You've reached a whole new level of nerd here and I appreciate that. I like that. Huh.
And despite the fact that Neil deGrasse Tyson backed Bill Nye, he didn't really. He kind of starts out immediately like putting Bill Nye down.
Yeah, pick on a brain your own size.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, Bill Nye's over here. I'm going to go up against Sir Isaac Newton because at least now we can match brain levels instead of Bill over here.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I feel like with this, okay, I'm gonna sidebar on this because that's how we roll over here. Some of my favorite Weird Al moments is when he gets. Are you familiar with the phrase? I can't believe I'm even gonna say this, but big dick energy.
Yes.
Okay. My favorite Weird Al songs are when he exudes that, and I feel like All About the Pentiums, he does that, where it's like, you know what, I'm the best at this, and I'm just like, nobody's gonna top me. And it's the same kind of energy that he has when he's Sir Isaac Newton, I think.
Weird Al is the greatest rapper who will never be recognized as a rapper.
I will agree with that. Absolutely.
All of his best hits are when he's channeling rap. I mean, you've got Gangsta's Paradise, All About the Pentiums, White and Nerdy, the epic rap battle. Those are some of his best songs. And he can do so, as he proved in the Hamilton Polka, at such an incredible speed that, obviously this isn't the Hamilton Polka, but he raps faster than Daveed Diggs, who already was rapping fast.
Right. Right.
So
absolutely. There's nothing Weird Al can't do as far as rap goes, and you're so right. Weird Al is the best rapper ever.
in terms of rapping speed, he's gotta be close to that Eminem level.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? You're right. Some of my I've talked about my Weird Al, workout playlist. So like I go to the gym and stuff like that. And so like I've got all about the Pentiums, Amish Paradise, White and Nerdy on. Like, I'm at the gym and I'm sitting there. There's, meatheads all around me and I've got my earbuds in and it's like there's Weird Al coursing through this, but it's like Weird Al
wouldn't think it's workout energy, but it's he brings the energy to it, and I mean he kind of performs like a rapper anyway, so it follows suit that he's able to do that, which is also why I'm surprised he didn't appear on Epic Rap Battles of History sooner than this one.
Yeah, because this was season 3.
I think so. Yeah.
And one of the fun facts that I read about this was he was the oldest person to rap in an Epic Rap Battle of History.
Yeah, and you would never have guessed it with the way he did it.
No, and like even the way he moves and things like that. I thought the costume in the video was kind of spot on. I'd buy it.
There are a lot of details. So, I mean, everybody knows how much work Weird Al puts into his songs. Now, this one wasn't written by Weird Al. But ERB put in almost a Weird Al level of detail into this video. There's a brief appearance by Carl Sagan in the background wearing the exact same outfit that he did when he appeared in the Albert Einstein vs. Stephen Hawking video. The equation that Weird Al spouts off at an Eminem Rap God level.
Yeah, I mean, I completely missed that.
The answer to that is, in fact, I, as Neil deGrasse Tyson says.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of detail in there that's just incredible.
Yeah. And I feel like when you have Weird Al on something, you have to have that level of detail. Like, you have to. Weird Al, I think I've said this in a previous episode, but Weird Al doesn't half-ass anything. Weird Al puts his whole ass into everything that he does. And so you can't half-ass it if you're working with Weird Al, because Weird Al is smart enough to know I'm not going to let this kind of tarnish the way that people see me. If I'm doing something, it's going to be perfect. And especially at this point in his career, right?
Yeah. Everybody kind of views him as a gimmicky artist, but he puts just as much, if not more, into his craft than any other artist does, even though he's really just, quote unquote, ripping off the music. He's still going beyond that level to produce it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, seriously, he okay, fine. He rips it off. Use that term very, very loosely, but it's his band putting it together,
Absolutely.
And then they're the ones that have to go on tour and play it.
And I was actually reading, I'm currently in the process of reading Weird Al Seriously, which I've talked to you about. It's kind of a breakdown of Al's process. And obviously this is off topic for ERB, but he goes into such a level where they reverse engineer the music. They'll regularly call up the artist and go, how did your drummer create that specific sound? Or what did you use to get that exactly the way you did, so that they can then imitate it and be as faithful as possible?
Yeah. That's really cool to know. I definitely have to get that book now. I'll probably read it in a day. But
it's a good one.
Yeah. I like knowing how the stuff works with Weird Al, because again, we're going to go off topic and that's okay. This is what we do. In listening to Weird Al, right, especially now, like I said, at this point in his career, he does a lot of that reverse engineering stuff to try and get things to sound as close to the same as possible. But then you think about where he started, right? That first Weird Al Yankovic album, the whole thing was accordion. So he parodied, Stop Dragging My Heart Around by Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty to Stop Dragging My Car Around. But he did that guitar riff on the accordion.
Yeah.
So none of the parodies on that album sound as faithful to the original as they would, in subsequent albums. So it's interesting to see how, kind of his process and his career has matured into being like, you know what, he did it the best he could at the time with what he had. Like, he had an accordion, and he had John Bermuda Schwartz and an accordion case, and he was like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
as time goes on, he gets better and better and better, to the point where, like, you've got this epic rap battle of history where if he's going to be Sir Isaac Newton, damn it, he's going to be Sir Isaac Newton.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They definitely went into. I don't. Did you watch the behind the scenes for the video?
No, I
Oh
should
no,
have.
they were showing how like they were working so hard to get that apple to fall into his hand at exactly the right time in the phrase. It was really cool. Weird Al's probably the biggest guest that they've had on that show.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think so.
it's had 68 million views. Now, half of those are probably me. Because I've watched that video so many times.
What, like, 34 million times?
Give or take.
Okay.
Give or take one or two. But, I mean, Weird Al comes out of this swinging right off the bat, calling Bill Nye Beaker in a bow tie. And that's when you know that Weird Al, or Sir Isaac Newton's already set up to win.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they vote on it, right? And Sir Isaac Newton ended up.
I have no idea how the votes actually went, but if anybody voted against Weird Al, they should be ejected into outer space.
I absolutely agree. Actually, I'm on the Epic Rap Battles of History fandom page, and according to the poll on there, who won? So the poll was created in June of 2014, and right now it's 5,427 votes for Sir Isaac Newton and 3,741 votes for Bill Nye. So
about 60%, 75%.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little bit closer than I expected it to be.
Same. And I think, honestly, it's because
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right.
Bill Nye only had one move in his rap, and that's, "Oh, you're a virgin."
Right? That bothered me so much. Like, seriously, okay, the worst you can say is that he can't get a lady. All right, like, throw a deeper punch here. You know what I mean? Hit something a little harder than that, because that's a schoolyard joke. Like,
right.
You can't get a lady. Like, okay. So that's why Neil deGrasse Tyson had to come in with some, like, more firepower, because Bill Nye just didn't have it.
And even then, Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't swing with much. He was more just talking about how awesome he was.
Yeah. Like, I'm super awesome, and I back Bill Nye, so...
He did have the line that I wasn't sure what it was referring to at first, but and hiding up inside his attic on some Harry Potter business.
I had to look that up, too.
It's referencing the fact that he was an alchemist in search of the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. So that's some Harry... And the fact that he did most of his... calculations in the attic.
Yeah, but I was wondering what the Harry Potter business was a reference to, so I had to look. I was like, okay, yeah, alchemy, Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Gotcha.
Yep. So I wonder, I mean, that doesn't even make sense in America, because in America it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I don't even know why they changed that.
I don't know either. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It would have been fine either way, right?
Right. I love the throwing. I mean, Isaac Newton just slaps Bill Nye into the ground repeatedly.
Yes.
Because most people don't know, Bill Nye isn't actually quote unquote a scientist.
No, he has a bachelor's degree
in mechanical engineering.
Oh, you know what? Since you're saying mechanical engineering, I have to say this, because John and our dad are both electrical engineers, and this is what they say.
It is a form of science.
It is a form of science. Oh, no. Do you know who gets a degree in mechanical engineering? Those that couldn't cut it in electrical engineering. So, shout out John and Dad. You're better than Bill Nye.
Yeah. There was the shout out to his first law. And actually, I think 2 of the 3 get referenced.
Yeah.
2 of his 3 laws of motion.
Yes, they do. 2 of the 3 laws of motion definitely do get referenced. The thing is, it goes by so fast, and that's why I'm glad that there are pages on the internet that, like, break all of this down, like, because you watch it and every single line is clever, but you can't necessarily readily get why this is clever until you kind of go and you're like, oh, okay. But before we get too deep into any of this, let's talk about the beer that we are drinking for this epic rap battle.
All right.
It's a very low-hanging fruit. Ha ha ha.
Pun.
Ha ha. It's a cider because of the whole apple thing. It's called Peach County. It's by Cider Boys. And so it's more apple than anything, but it's an apple cider with some nice peach essence to it. So it's a little sweeter. It's not as dry as a normal cider. And I like it. It's pretty good. It's a good afternoon sipper. So that's what I have. I've got a nice, like I said, mini growler of it. So this is a good 32-ounce growler. Good times. What do you got?
I am drinking. So here in North Carolina, locally, we've got a brewery called Southern Pines, and one of my favorite beers from them is the Man of Law IPA. Now, obviously, it's referencing more sheriffs, given the logo on the can. But I was going with Man of Law, Laws of Motion. It's very citrusy.
Oh, that's good.
Really, really good. Plus, you got the pun on gravity.
Yes.
Beers have a certain gravity.
Yep.
I don't think this qualifies as a high gravity beer, but we'll have fun with it.
And it totally works. And I think it totally fits with what we're doing here, because especially since we're not really here for Bill Nye, we're not really here for Neil deGrasse Tyson in this. We are here for Sir Isaac Newton. So our beers had to be for Sir Isaac Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like what I have going on here, actually. I just poured a little bit more in there. It's so incredibly drinkable. I can't even get over it.
This one is kind of a little bit lower. It's a 6.4% alcohol IPA, so it's not, super heavy. It's one that is one of my go-tos whenever I'm at a bar that maybe doesn't have anything interesting I'm wanting to try. But they have Man of Law. I'll take a Man of Law.
Yeah.
It's a nice casual drink.
Yeah, I mean, that's good and solid for an IPA. I feel like most of the beers that I've had on this show up to this point have been either Belgian triples or double IPAs, and then we started things off where we had like a really strong ale. But yeah, like when I'm out, I like a good, easy drinking kind of beer. And thinking about this cider, this is probably the lowest ABV beer that I've had so far on this show. Because being a cider, it's only 5%.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably not any more than like 5.5.
Yeah, this is 5. And it's good. So that's why I don't feel so bad drinking this whole 32-ounce growler, because that's 2 beers. Okay, I'll live with that.
Not too bad. I like a good cider. I can't drink too many of them. They get too sweet, and then I end up with a nasty hangover, whether I get drunk on them or not.
Oh, that's interesting. It's something. Some people can't do red wine for that very same reason.
Yeah, it's the
I don't know
sugar.
what it is. It's the sugar. Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact that I will probably be having some IPAs with dinner to kind of balance all of this out. I was at the grocery store and I got a 12-pack of Sierra Nevada Torpedo.
It's a good one.
It's an extra IPA. And I looked it up and I'm like, what is an extra IPA? Because I'm familiar with, Imperial IPAs, double dry hopped IPAs, triple IPAs. What is an extra IPA? And so I looked it up. This is the only beer out of all the beers that calls itself an extra IPA. I still don't know what it means, but
I'll trust Southern Pines are kind of the pioneers of the modern craft beer industry. I mean, not Southern Pines, Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
They kind of paved the way for the pale ales and the IPAs. So I'll trust them when they say it's an extra IPA and just go with it.
Yeah. I mean, so what does that mean? Is it extra India? Is it extra pale? Is it extra ale? What part is extra? Is it extra hoppy? I don't know.
Well, I know it's extra hoppy because I've had it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I know that the difference between a pale ale and an IPA is how they're hopped, because, IPAs get their name from when people were sailing to India, they had to add hops to keep the beer fresh.
Yeah.
And that's how you get IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what makes it an extra IPA.
I don't know. To channel
Maybe Sierra Nevada's just being extra.
Maybe they are just being extra. It's like, oh, we got a badass up in here.
We got a badass over here. Plus, I got your back, nah.
See? Wasn't that a real good segue?
It's
Look
not
at
a good
that.
segue if you
No.
point out the segue.
You're right. Maybe I'll cut that part out. I probably won't. I'm just going to leave this here.
Oh, I'm just looking at the lyrics here. He really goes all over the place, though, to
Truly.
attack. I was born on Christmas. I'm God's gift. That's a great line.
Well, what's interesting about that line to me, okay, is you have to think about when Sir Isaac Newton was alive, right? Sir Isaac Newton, devout Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, very much unlike Bill Nye, who is kind of staunchly agnostic, Sir Isaac Newton...
atheistic.
One of, you know...
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to get into religion.
There's no big guy in the sky for Bill Nye. But anyway, Sir Isaac Newton is kind of proving that, you know, you can have these Christian beliefs, but also still kind of respect science and its processes, right? Because Sir Isaac Newton was around before Darwin and the whole evolution thing. So you'd have to think that Sir Isaac Newton was probably a creationist if he's a devout Christian.
Yeah.
You know, so he's going to believe that, but yet he's still respecting science and the scientific method and figuring things out that way. It's an interesting dichotomy that I don't think can exist in much the same way today.
Well, it can. It just doesn't. You know, there's so much of either or in this world that it just doesn't tend to exist. It's also funny that he, you know, was probably a devout creationist, but he throws a diss that Bill Nye wastes time debating creationists.
Right, because in Isaac Newton's world, that's what is. So there's no sense debating it because this is what is.
That's, of course, a reference to his infamous debate with Ken Ham, I think was his name, the guy from the Kentucky Creationist Museum.
Yeah, a creationist museum. Do they have any fossils?
I don't know. I know that isn't that where the Noah's Ark replica is?
Yeah, I'm going to completely throw myself under the bus here. I watched the episode of Increasingly Growing Number of Kids and Counting where they went, the Duggars, where they went to that creation museum. And they were just so taken in by this whole thing. And I'm like, okay, it's a big fake boat, not based on any real science.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting. So yeah, okay, so he's from that museum. I don't want to get too into the weeds with things, but think about it, okay? Time is a man-made construct, right?
Yep.
So
especially now.
Time
has no meaning in the corona world.
No, it has no meaning. Like what? Have we been home for a week? Have we been home for a month? Have we been home for a year? Nobody knows. So being that time is a man-made construct, when you think about the quote-unquote, the creation story in the Bible, where it was 7 days, what day did God make man? The 6th day. So the last day before he took a break, okay? So that says to me that those first 5 days were God days. And who knows how long a God day is?
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
That's how, in my mind, if you really feel like, okay, I need to balance this together, you can be a creationist if you want to, but maybe, you know, that day that God made animals, that was like the entire time that the dinosaurs were around. Yeah. And it was that God day could have lasted billions of years. I'm fine with that.
That's a fair point. I love how much of a history lesson this rap actually is. It's like a whole history lesson in 3 minutes because, you know, you've got stick to drinking that mercury. That's a reference to Isaac Newton. That when they tested his hair after he died, it had mercury in it. And there was some belief that, you know, mercury poisoning may have contributed to his death or to his senility in his old age.
Went a little wackadoodle.
Yeah. So, you know, stick to drinking that mercury.
Why would he drink mercury?
I don't know. I don't know that they even know that he did. It may have just kind of gotten into his system a lot from the alchemy.
Oh, okay. So environmentally. You know,
because you're turning metals into gold and
trying to
that type of thing. You know, you get the reference to an object in motion stays in motion. So, the first law, the third law gets a reference. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, except for when we both start rapping. Uh, like, you're not on my level.
No. We've spent a lot of time talking about how amazing Weird Al is as Sir Isaac Newton, and we love Neil deGrasse Tyson in this as well. I would be remiss if I didn't say that I thought
Nice Peter.
Yes, Nice Peter, that did Bill Nye. I thought he did a good job getting some of those Nye-isms in there.
Yes,
he truly did, because he had that like the voice back here.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true. And because Bill Nye definitely has a unique sounding voice and a unique way of doing things. I mean, I grew up watching Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Who didn't?
Right. You learned so much from Bill Nye the Science Guy. Do you remember there was another show, it was very similar to Bill Nye the Science Guy, called Beakman's World?
I remember the name. I don't know that I ever watched it.
It was like Dirty Bill Nye. Not like dirty, but it was like Bill Nye with poop jokes. And the guy had like a Bride of Frankenstein hair. It was like sticking straight up, and he had like these weird assistants, and he still taught legitimate science. Part of me liked Beakman's World a little better than Bill Nye because it had the poop jokes.
Because you were a kid and poop jokes.
Like, oh, poop jokes, that's funny. Yay, I like it.
But yeah, there's also a reference in there to the fact that Isaac Newton spent time as the head of the Royal Treasury or Royal Bank or something like that. Yeah. He was investigating, like he was brought on to like investigate counterfeit crimes and stuff like that.
How did he end up there?
I don't know. He's kind of been all over the place. I can calculate the weight and the size and the shape of the shadow of the mind you're standing in is such a brutal diss.
Oh, it is such a diss, man. Like,
dude, my shadow's more than you are.
Yeah, well, I feel like talking about a shadow weighing stuff, my shadow weighs up to 42 pounds.
Yeah.
Let me tell you once again, who's fat? He wrote a number of religious tracts dealing with the literal and symbolic interpretation of the Bible. Oh, that's interesting. So he's
actually predicted the end of the world for 2060.
Oh, okay. I mean, they can end it now. 2020 kind of sucks.
Or at least it's that it won't be any sooner than then. It may be later. He kind of, hedged his bets a little bit, and it's like, it may be 2060, but it won't be sooner. But it might be later.
Oh my God. So I'm looking at Isaac Newton's Wikipedia page. Mm-hmm. Imagine, you say that to Sir Isaac Newton and he'd be like, a what now? A what page now? Right. And he discovered dispersive prisms separating white light into colors of the spectrum. And they have a picture here of a dispersive prism. But I'm scrolling through this page really quickly and I'm like, what does Pink Floyd have to do with this?
I see the picture you're talking about.
I'm like, what? I'm just going, and I was like, Dark Side of the Moon? What is going on here?
Hey, maybe he's an influence there.
You know what? He might be. There's stranger things have happened. Headcanon, right? Yeah, right? So while you're listening to Dark Side of the Moon and watching The Wizard of Oz, make sure you're thinking about Sir Isaac Newton because he inspired it all. That's the way it goes.
The most impressive part of this rap, though, is that formula that he just spouts off at an ungodly speed. And what he's saying is the integral sec y dy from 0 to the 1/6 of pi is log to base e of the square root of 3 times the 64th power of what? And I have no idea what any of that means, but as Neil deGrasse Tyson says later, the answer is I.
That's crazy. I mean, there's people that are listening to this that will know.
Yeah.
My dad will know. My dad will be, say that. He'd be like, oh, yeah, that's I. Yeah. Absolutely.
No idea what any of that means.
But you're right. It took you probably like 5 seconds to say it, but Weird Al gets it out in like 2.
Yeah. Again, the greatest rapper that nobody will ever consider a rapper.
I know. Well, when White and Nerdy came out,
mm-hmm.
The original artist for Ridin' Dirty, was that Chamillionaire?
Yes.
He said, he watched the video for White and Nerdy. You know, obviously he gave Weird Al his blessing to do it because Weird Al doesn't do it without the blessing.
Yeah,
So he
which
gave
is
Weird
why
Al
we don't have any Prince parodies.
or chicken pot pie.
Yeah, that one too.
That makes me mad. But anyway, Chameleonaire said, "This dude can rap." Like Weird Al's, I believe the quote is, "Weird Al's got some flow."
Yeah, he
And
definitely has that. And he's got some swagger.
I love Weird Al swag. Like
Yeah.
when Weird Al gets that, like I said, that BDE going, when Weird Al's swag happens, like I don't care if his body's moving weird, like nobody's gonna see this, but if he's doing that Weird Al arm thing, you know, like Weird Al does, even if he's doing that, like that's silly, but it takes balls to be that silly.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
Weird Al swag is like the purest swag that there is. And oh, you're right, he's the best rapper. I want to see him like
I want to see him go against Eminem.
yeah. I mean, even if it was like a straight, like not funny, like kind of rap, I would just like to see Weird Al like legitimately
Or
have a rap.
collaborate with Eminem. And just have them like start off at like this speed, and then Eminem takes it up to here, and then Weird Al goes up to here, and then just they keep going.
Keep getting faster until you get it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would
The
be
two of them
amazing.
just going back and forth, increasing speeds, would be the greatest thing. I'd probably watch it 1 billion times myself.
Yeah.
So if
That
you're
would-
listening, Eminem and Weird Al, make that happen.
There's at least 2 people that will watch that and love that. And I'm sure there's more than 2. Because that
Yeah.
would be an epic rap battle right there, sir. That
Yeah.
would be an epic rap battle.
That would be
Holy
the
moly.
epic rap battle of history,
Uh-huh.
of all history.
All of the times
Mhm.
ever to be. Wow. Yeah. I mean, Weird Al took on Eminem obviously with Couch Potato.
Which is my least favorite Weird Al rap.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about Trash Day?
I forgot about that song existing.
Yeah, right?
That
You know-
and Trapped in the Closet, I don't usually.
Yeah.
That was like that dark period in Weird Al's modern half of his career.
Couch Potato in Trash Day, and I believe no, Trapped in the Closet was on Straight Outta Linwood. So yeah, Couch Potato and Trash Day were on Poodle Hat, and then Trapped in the Drive-Thru closed out Straight Outta Linwood, whereas Genius in France closed out Poodle Hat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I actually totally forgot about Trash Day even existing.
I was out earlier today in the car, and I was actually listening to Poodle Hat just kind of straight through.
Yeah.
I've been taken lately to like listening to, you know, weird albums straight through from beginning to end, as opposed to, you know, kind of my playlist with their songs. I was like, you know what? I need to just remember to experience this album for what it is.
Right.
And so I'm up to Poodle Hat, and that's what I was listening to today. And then Trash Day came on, and I had forgotten about it too. I was like, oh.
I actually forgot about it so much I had to look up what it was a parody of, because I had forgotten all of that.
Rotten. So
Yeah.
rotten here.
Parody of Hot in Here
Yeah.
by Nelly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you put that back in my head.
Yep. You know, happy to help.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good rapper. I almost said rapist, which would not have been right at all.
No, not at all.
No.
And dangerously close to.
Not
Yeah.
a rapist. Yeah.
No. Rapper. Weird Al is the greatest rap artist that will never be recognized as one.
Mm-hmm. That makes me sad. Like, I want Weird Al to be like put in like, is there a rap Hall of Fame? There has to be.
I don't know. I would expect that he probably ends up in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He damn well better. I will petition for this. I will go to Cleveland again.
My hometown, actually.
Your hometown, yeah. That makes you a Browns fan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. We feel bad for you, but there's nothing wrong about it. Like, it's an honorable thing, I think, to be a Browns fan.
There's no more loyal fan. So much of my life is defined by sports and Weird Al that it's, you know, it's what it is.
It is. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you remember? You must, because obviously the Baltimore Ravens were the Browns franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
That moved to Baltimore. So there was how many seasons where the Browns did not exist? 3 seasons. We went, my family, we went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame during that time, and you get in there, and the main hallways are the rooms where they have like a pillar with information about each franchise, like organized by, conference and division and whatnot. Off in the corner, because they weren't going to get rid of it, they had the Browns one still there, like waiting for the Browns to come back.
Well, yeah, because the new stadium went up right next door. Cleveland Browns Stadium, or now it's First Energy Stadium, is right there next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, and the Great Lakes Science Center.
Yeah,
to bring it back to our conversation, the Great Lakes Science Center.
I've been there. Did touch that ball with the electricity to make your hair go all the way out there. Those types of science museums are so much fun. They are so much fun. You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity while my brother's not here to make this worse for me to tell you a very little story about being at one of those science museums, because I think it's endearing. We were at the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia, so it's the same kind of museum, right? So there's a lot of buttons to push, levers to pull, things to play with.
It's all hands-on and interactive. Gotcha. Yeah.
I saw a thing on the wall that said pull. Pulled it. Fire alarm. I'm like 10 or 12. So like old enough to be embarrassed by this. They had to like evacuate like that whole portion of the Franklin Institute. And I'm like, I was like crying, and I remember I was like, no, it said pull. It said pull. So I pulled.
I'm supposed to pull everything else in here.
Right? Why not this? So I think they may have put like a protective box over it.
That would probably be smart.
Moving forward. But yeah, so I mean, I without folks like Isaac Newton, we wouldn't have these kind of cool science centers like we do.
Absolutely.
So you got to respect it. And I think Weird Al did a really good job. So, did you want to talk any further about your beer at all? Did you say what you wanted to say? How do you feel? You said it's light and citrusy. It's a good, easy drinker. Is this the kind of IPA?
It's a little bit more hoppy. Like it's very hop forward. So if you don't like IPAs at all, it's not going to be one you like. But if you're an IPA fan, it's definitely a solid beer. Like I said, it's brewed right here in the Sandhills of North Carolina. I live in Fayetteville. It's brewed about 45 minutes up the road. I absolutely love this beer. It's one of my go-tos all the time. It's brewed with Amarillo, Zythos, and Cascade hops.
Oh, I like a good Cascade hop.
Yes, and it's got some orange and pineapple flavors in there too. So it's nice and citrusy. Southern Pines Man of Law IPA.
Southern Pines Man of Law IPA.
Yes.
I like it. So I have, like I said, I've got Peach County. It's a hard cider from Cider Boys. They are actually in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Okay.
The beer place that I go to, generally, it's a filling station, so they've got like 42 rotating taps, which is it's a whole lot of fun. They don't have any package or anything, so if I get stuff from there, I'm taking it home in a growler, So I don't have like a handy dandy label. There's nothing to see on this growler. So the blurb for this nice cider that I've had is the ice chill of the bottle. Haha. No. Smiles at the heat of the day. Thirst quenching apple and ripe fuzzy peach collide. So yeah, this is basically it's just very flowery language saying when summer breezes soar under the light of a crescent moon, this is your party.
Yeah, craft beer companies can make a run at like millennial mom recipe websites for how much crap language they put in there.
Right? It's like, listen, Brenda, I just want to see how you made the muffins. I don't need to hear about your entire childhood before you show me the recipe.
Yeah, craft beer companies do the same.
I appreciate what they do. So, right, like my beer place always has 2 ciders on. Unfortunately, when I went yesterday, the one had just kicked, the one I actually wanted, so I ended up with peach. The other one, it was called Banana Bliss, so it's a strawberry banana apple cider, which is...
That sounds delicious, actually.
Absolutely delicious, and it's actually drier than this one. This one is the sweeter of the two that they would have had, and they were both from Cider Boys in Wisconsin. And, like, I don't see Cider Boys anywhere in, like, bottles or anything like that around
I've
me.
never heard of it.
Right, so if I'm going to get them, I'm getting them filled in my little growler here. So I was like, I could have gone to the grocery store and phoned it in with an Angry Orchard.
You could have.
I could have. That would have been easy.
Or a Reds or something.
Right, but we are not about phoning things in here on the Beard Owl podcast. Not at all. If we're going to do it, we're not going to half-ass it. We're going to whole-ass it.
Just like Weird Al himself.
Exactly. So I was about to be even more invested in this than initially, because these 32-ounce growlers, they had put a call out a couple of weeks ago saying, we're out of 32-ounce growlers. If you have any, bring them back in and we'll, take 15% off. Yeah, give you a discount or whatever. So I had like 3 little growlers. I brought them back, and I didn't take any home with me because I was like, they need these. So I texted my beer girl yesterday because, yes, I have the phone number of the girl that runs my beer store.
Absolutely.
I was like, hey, do you have any small growlers? I'm at the gym while I texted her this. So I'm at the gym. I'm like, do you have any small growlers? And she's like, no, I'm completely out. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm getting a big one. So I almost got a 64-ounce growler of this cider simply because they didn't have the small growlers. But as soon as I get there, there's a guy who he's actually a Santa Claus impersonator. So we all call him Santa.
Gotcha.
He was there returning 4 32-ounce growlers. And so I've got my mask on. I know this guy, so I see him there, and I see these 4 small growlers sitting on the bar, and I looked at him and I go, "Thank you, Santa." I really just want to, make sure we get it tacked on here again. Weird Al is a very excellent rapper.
Yeah, that's the moral of this episode. He can rap.
Weird Al can absolutely rap.
With the best of them.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm just going to wrap this up. I still have a whole pint full of cider to drink, which is
my can is tapped.
Ugh, that's so sad. That's the worst.
Yeah, I've got more.
See? Yeah. So you can go have your more. We're all good. Everybody's happy. And we're going to wrap up this very special episode of the Beard Owl podcast. So for my absentee brother, John, I am still Lauren. And thank you so much, Tim, for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time, people.